Hi and happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to Music Messages Tarot. We are going to get right into our oracle reading today. It's going to be a 3-card oracle reading, so a little bit differently than our readings normally go. But I'm going to be using the Herbal Astrology Oracle and Guidebook. And it's just going to be a quick 3-card reading for our Friday and the St. Patrick's Day for anybody who celebrates. As usual, I'm going to start with our singing bowl, so you can take this time to take a few deep breaths and set any intentions that you may have for today's reading. Actually going to leave the singing bowl as part of our setup today. As you can see, I put out a few crystals, including our blue apatite and a very large chunk of clear quartz crystal. I'll be fully honest, I actually can't remember the name of the third one offhand. I have to look that up a little later. It's not one that I usually use often. It's very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it's not one that I tend to use a lot. I actually just placed an order for several crystals from a website I believe it's called Sage Goddess, and it's a pretty big crystal haul. So when that comes, I'm going to be sure to make a video to show you guys what I receive and what each of the crystals can be used for. That website really caught my eye the other day. They have such an amazing selection, and they seem to have some unique choices, which I really like as well. I'm just shuffling the oracle deck just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Shuffling the oracle deck, and we're just going to do a 3-card reading for the end of our week. Hope everybody had a wonderful week, and that if you're celebrating today or tonight, that you do so responsibly. First one out is Cannabis, and it says Detachment. I want to take this as more of a holistic reading today, so let's see what else wants to come out. Out of the side, and it looks like it wants to come out. Kava Kava Community. This one came out on a recent reading as well. Palo Santo, Guardian. So for some of you, I'm immediately getting the message that you may need to cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, whether that be through the use of Palo Santo, because that along with sage is often used to cleanse energy fields, cleanse if anybody's under spiritual attack or anything like that. Palo Santo is really great at dispelling negative energy. So for some of you, just immediately pulling these 3 together, I'm just getting the sense that you may need to cleanse from a possible spiritual attack or from negative energy being sent to you through some third party. So that might not be for everybody, but that is definitely one of the messages coming through today. When I received this card last week, it talked about how Kava Kava can be very intoxicating, and I was drawn to the moon on the card. I'm not getting the malicious vibe off of this card that I was getting last week. That was kind of like an extension of what the tarot cards were saying last week, in terms of a group of people that might be working behind the scenes to like negatively influence someone. Today, I'm getting the sense that there may be some goings on that maybe you're unaware of, or just maybe on a subconscious level even. There is a person or a group of people that may be, I'm just getting the word envious, just keeps kind of replaying in my mind. Someone's envious or jealous of you in some way, and they might not even realize it, but they're subconsciously kind of sending you negative energy that you may need to clear. So that's what I'm getting here. Let's consult the guidebook on the message for cannabis, which is detachment. Just right away, I'm thinking maybe you need to take a step back and to see who this might be in your environment. But I'm getting an energy of someone who may be very envious and jealous of you. And this might even be a group of people working together, either working together to like purposefully try to affect you, or it could just be a person or a group of people. I'm getting more like a gossipy type vibe, that they're just very envious of you or something you have, or possibly even your status in the community, how other people view you. And, you know, gossip and those kinds of low vibrational activities can sometimes send negative energy our way. Somebody might not be sitting, you know, metaphorically speaking, around a cauldron with their friends trying to cast spells on you. But, you know, when they engage in activities like that, they may be subconsciously sending you energies that you don't want to attach, that wouldn't be good to attach to you. So for some of you, this is definitely a message to take this weekend, take tonight, to kind of cleanse your energy, your space. Many people light sage and Palo Santo. I would also be one of those people if I didn't have the asthmatic problems that I have. So I've recently started using the singing bowl as another alternative to those methods. I also use my selenite wand and crystals and things that don't really affect my breathing as much as the sage and the Palo Santo. But if you're able to, you can use sage and Palo Santo. A couple of tarot readers that I watch regularly often recommend doing like a salt bath, a sea salt bath. I don't think we're allowed to mention specific names of other YouTube channels, but there's one lovely young reader that I watch pretty regularly, and she always recommends using like a sea salt bath or a bath with herbs that you're drawn to help kind of clear those energies. So that's definitely great advice, and particularly for today's reading, I think at least one person watching will need that. So just take the weekend to kind of just relax, do whatever method you use to clear your energy space, because there just might be some lower vibrational energies being sent your way that you don't realize. The cannabis detachment card, upright, and I do use the guidebook for this because it's an oracle deck. Upright, as it says on the card, signifies detachment. It can also signify deep contemplation, freedom from pain in your body, inner calm, and immunity. And it says for the guidance, Saturn is said to be the lord of time and space, the lord of karma, because this card is, I believe, it represents Saturn and Neptune, yes. Saturn is much more than what we experience in third-dimensional reality. The space-time continuum is a system that encompasses third-dimensional reality as we know it, said to be ruled by Saturn. Yet the transcendence of this reality is freedom from Saturn, depicted by its polarity Neptune. When the angels of time and space are respected, as represented by Saturn, they bless us with freedom and the ability to transcend, as represented by Neptune, the cycles of the pain body. If you feel restless, anxious, trapped in your own body, or have trouble sleeping, cannabis is here to remind you to cultivate inner calm. Breathe deeply, go for a walk in nature, immerse yourself in meditation, take naps, and creatively cultivate practices that soften the unsettled aspects of your being. Don't succumb to quick fix solutions when it comes to decompressing, as it often leads to self-neglect and disassociation. Tune deeply into the energies of this ancient ally and learn to transcend the cycles of self-induced pain. So what stood out to me there is the trouble sleeping and the pain that you might be experiencing. I'm definitely getting for some of you is a psychic attack. Again, it might not be something someone sat down and decided, I want to send this negative energy or do spell work or something like that on this individual. It just might be residual energy coming off of some kind of low vibrational person or group that you may be around, and it may be subconsciously affecting you is what I'm getting here. And it's a clear message to just figure out what resonates with you in terms of how best to clear your own energy. I also get that you need to maybe take a step back this weekend and give yourself that space to clear your mind, do things that relax you. I mean, even beyond like meditation and rituals that might help you clear negative energy physically from your space. I'm getting that this weekend may be a great time for you to indulge in activities that just bring you like inner peace. So for me, that would be like listening to music, taking a bath, maybe even going to get a massage, going outside, taking a walk, being close to nature is really going to be effective for many of you this weekend as well. I don't get the malicious energy from this card that I did receive during last week's reading when it was in conjunction with some other messages that came out from that particular tarot reading. But I do think, maybe distance yourself. Think about the people that you've been hanging around with, or the people that you've been exposed to, even if it's at work. Like we don't always have control over our coworkers or the environments that we're in. But think about the types of people that you've been surrounding yourself with, and think about how that might be affecting your current mindset, and just give yourself that distance. Just to use a personal example, when I was younger, I had a group of friends. We used to have a lot of fun together. We used to spend a lot of time together. But there were times during that period where I realized like they weren't really the best influence on me energetically. There was a lot of gossiping all the time. There was a lot of just like malicious talk about other people. And even though it wasn't being directed at me personally, just being in that environment, it felt like it just like lowered my own energetic vibration. I would always, at the worst of that kind of behavior, I would leave from hanging out with that group of friends, and by the time I got home, I would just feel so down and like dirty almost, like from feeling like I was engaging in activities and discussions that weren't really like uplifting anybody. They were just kind of bringing other people down. So you might just want to, maybe this is just a message for you to take a step back and think about the people and situations that you've been immersing yourself with. And think about, is this really in my best alignment? Am I engaging in activities that I'd be proud of? Or, not to be judgmental of friends or people that you may have in your life, but is the activities that they engage in, are those activities really something that I would want to expose myself to or be around? So I would take this weekend, and I'm sorry, my cat's making a little bit of noise in the background, but I would take this weekend to just maybe distance yourself a little bit, take some time to meditate, think about the types of people and situations that you would want to keep in your life. I mean, like I said before, you can't always control who you're around, but you can try to control your own energy and not allow the energy of other people, particularly negative energies, to attach to you by doing things like clearing your energy space, and even just, keeping your mind a little detached. If you're at work and there's a group of coworkers, I mean, for me, it was always the teacher's lounge. You walk into the teacher's lounge, if there was a group of coworkers gossiping or talking about negative things, just remove yourself from the situation. Maybe go to your own space, do something like listen to music or meditate, and just protect your own peace and mentality that way. All right, guys, I think that's the message that wants to come through for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, like I said, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.